Have you ever felt like you're facing a whirlwind of challenges that seems to overwhelm you? Have you found yourself in situations where pressure and expectations threaten to overwhelm you? Welcome to a space where you'll find powerful tools to meet those challenges with strength and grace. Today we will dive into the world of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers invaluable guidance for navigating the turbulent waters of modern life. Whether you're dealing with work stress, challenges in your personal relationships, or just looking for a greater sense of purpose, Stoicism has something for you. Imagine for a moment a version of yourself that radiates calm in the midst of chaos, a woman who embraces every challenge as an opportunity to grow and thrive. Does it sound like something you want for yourself? Then you're in the right place. You won't find quick fixes or empty promises here. What you'll find is a philosophy of life that's been tried and tested over the centuries, a way of thinking and acting that will help you cultivate resilience, find emotional balance, and live with purpose and meaning. So, if you're ready to dive into a journey of self-discovery and personal transformation, join us as we explore the principles of Stoicism and how to apply them in your everyday life. It's time to take charge of your destiny and become the best version of yourself. Are you ready to get started? Then go ahead. Number 1. Self-respect. At the core of Stoicism, we find a treasure trove of timeless teachings that resonate especially in the heart of a woman of high value. They tell us about the power of self-respect as the cornerstone on which a life of fulfillment and meaning is built. In that sense, we find ourselves in an ancient Greek square, surrounded by the wise voices of Epictetus and other great philosophers, who remind us that our reaction to the events that life presents to us is what truly defines our inner strength. Self-respect is much more than a mere act of vanity. It is a deep reverence for our own dignity and worth as human beings. On the path to self-respect, we recognize that we own our minds, and that while we can't control what's going on around us, we can control how we choose to respond. This realization grants us a powerful sense of control over our lives, allowing us to stay grounded and centered even in the midst of the most intense storms. By embracing the Stoic principle of self-respect, we commit ourselves to living according to our deepest values, thereby elevating ourselves and serving as a guide for those seeking to find their own path. But this is just the beginning of a fascinating journey towards self-knowledge and personal fulfillment. How can we apply this principle in our daily lives? We can start by treating ourselves with the same compassion and kindness that we desire for others. We can set healthy boundaries that protect our energy and peace of mind. We can practice forgiveness, both toward ourselves and others, recognizing that we are all imperfect beings seeking growth and redemption. In doing so, we not only elevate ourselves, but we also inspire others to do the same. We become beacons of light in an often dark and confusing world, reminding everyone that the path to true happiness begins with love and self-respect. As we continue our journey, we dive into the next trait that defines a woman of high value, the depth of her character and her inner strength. It's a lesson that promises to transform your perception of the world and your place in it. Number 2. Positivity. Woven into the fabric of a high-value woman's life are the threads of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that offers a unique perspective on the art of living well. It is fascinating how, as we explore these teachings, our perception of existence itself is transformed, revealing a universe of possibilities and inner strength. Stoic positivity, far from being a mere superficial attitude, is a profound manifestation of our ability to face challenges with courage and wisdom. It invites us to adopt a resilient mindset, where every setback becomes an opportunity to grow and learn. This idea is echoed in the words of Marcus Aurelius, who reminds us that our reaction to events is what defines our experience. In this context, let us remember the story of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who was a slave and suffered extreme adversity, but maintained an attitude of serenity and acceptance in the face of her fate. Through their example, we learn that true freedom lies in our ability to choose our response to circumstances, even in the midst of the most physical and mental bondage. My own experience also reflects the powerful transformation that Stoic positivity can bring to our lives. In the darkest moments of my journey, when my dreams seemed out of reach, I found in Stoicism a light that illuminated my path. I accepted that I couldn't control everything that was going on around me, but I could control my attitude and my actions. Like a beacon in the midst of the storm, Stoic positivity allowed me to persevere, transforming every obstacle into an opportunity to grow and evolve. And gradually, those opportunities translated into tangible achievements, proving that true strength lies in our ability to stand firm in the face of adversity. Now, as you reflect on how to cultivate this positivity in your own life, I invite you to consider the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, who teaches us that happiness is attainable even in difficult times, if we know where to look for it. Recognize that some things are out of your control, but that you always have the power to choose your attitude toward them. This principle of acceptance and constructive action is critical to cultivating a positive and resilient attitude in the face of life's challenges. By embracing this truth, we become architects of our own destiny, forging a life of meaning and purpose even in the midst of the most intense storms. So I encourage you to embrace Stoic positivity as an ally on your journey to fulfillment and self-fulfillment. May every challenge be an opportunity to grow, and every obstacle a stumbling block on the road to your own triumph. On this path to self-realization, always remember that true victory lies in your ability to maintain an attitude of serenity and confidence, regardless of the circumstances that life throws at you. And now, as we delve into the next revelation about the true essence of a woman of high value, I invite you to reflect on the powerful idea that true competence lies in surpassing oneself, not in comparing oneself to others. This concept, rooted in the heart of Stoicism, leads us to explore the next essential feature of this fascinating philosophy of life. Number 3, don't compete with other people. In a world where competition and comparison are commonplace, embracing Stoic philosophy offers us a radically different perspective. Marcus Aurelius, with his timeless wisdom, reminds us that life is shaped by our actions and choices. In this sense, a woman of high value understands that her main adversary is none other than herself. Instead of measuring his worth in relation to the achievements of others, he embarks on a journey of constant self-improvement, seeking to reach new heights and develop his potential to the fullest. This approach not only frees her from the tyranny of envy and rivalry, but also promotes a culture of collaboration and mutual support. By adopting this mindset, she becomes a source of inspiration and encouragement to those around her, proving that true success is not measured in terms of superiority over others, but in the ability to uplift others around her. In this context, let us recall the story of Cicero, the great Roman orator and philosopher. Although he faced numerous challenges and obstacles in his life, he never lost sight of his commitment to personal growth and service to others. Through his example, he teaches us that true greatness is not found in conquering others, but in overcoming our own limitations and constantly seeking excellence. By moving away from the competitive mindset and embracing a life of personal growth and collaboration, we transform into beings of profound value and meaning. Our existence ceases to be a wild race towards superiority over others and becomes a journey of self-discovery and personal fulfillment. On this path, we discover that true success is not measured in terms of victories over others, but in the ability to overcome our own obstacles and limitations, celebrating each achievement with gratitude and humility. In our search for the traits that define a high-value woman, we discover that her true power lies not in how she compares to others, but in how she outdoes herself, finding beauty in personal growth and mutual collaboration. However, what happens when this path is interrupted by seemingly insurmountable obstacles? This is where another essential trait of their character is revealed: resilience. Number 4. Emotional resilience. On the path of emotional resilience, we dive into the turbulent waters of life, facing storms that threaten to shake our roots. On these journeys, the Stoics offer us a beacon of wisdom, reminding us that strength lies in our ability to remain calm in the midst of chaos. Imagine, then, that you are at the epicenter of a merciless storm. The waves are pounding furiously, and the wind seems to want to blow you away. In that instant, you channel the Stoic teaching, finding within yourself a serene strength, like an immovable rock in the face of the onslaught of adversity. Just as the Stoic clings to virtue in the midst of the storm, you cling to your emotional resilience, your anchor in the tumult of existence. I ask you now, do you remember a time in your life where calm reigned in the midst of chaos? That inner peace you found in the depths of the storm is the living testament to your emotional resilience, the quality that allows you to navigate the rough seas of life with grace and determination. Emotional resilience is not a divine gift, but a skill that is cultivated with dedication and practice. We learn to breathe deeply in the face of adversity, to contemplate it clearly, and to remember that, as Marcus Aurelius taught, suffering is ephemeral, while virtue is eternal. Each challenge overcome is an opportunity to strengthen this ability, transforming us into beacons of serenity that illuminate even in the densest darkness. On our journeys to fulfillment, emotional resilience stands as our most faithful companion. It teaches us that we cannot control the tides of life, but we can shape our response to them. As Epictetus says, the important thing is not what happens, but how we react to what happens. In this choice lies our true freedom, in the ability to respond to circumstances with grace and courage, regardless of their nature. Thus, with emotional resilience as our ally, we move forward on the path of life with a firm step and a serene heart. We become guardians of our own inner peace, and on that journey to self-knowledge and fulfillment, emotional resilience becomes our most reliable compass. On this journey of self-discovery, we face challenges that test our emotional resilience. But in every challenge, we find an opportunity to grow, to transform ourselves into women of high value, capable of facing storms with courage and serenity. With emotional resilience as our ally, we navigate the waters of life with grace and determination, always remembering that in our hands lies the power to choose our response to adversity. Number 5. Setting boundaries in our relationships. In the fabric of our self-esteem and dignity, Stoic wisdom emerges as a valuable guide in the creation and protection of our personal space. In the metaphor of the garden, we find a reflection of our inner being, a fertile ground where we cultivate our peace and growth. The boundaries, then, act as the fence that surrounds this sacred space, protecting it from intrusions and preserving its integrity. Remember the times when your boundaries were ignored or violated. How did those experiences resonate in your being? Acknowledging these feelings is the first step toward understanding the importance of setting healthy boundaries, an act of self-love and authenticity. From the Stoic perspective, setting boundaries is an act of self-affirmation and self-control. As Epictetus taught us, true power lies in our ability to control our reactions to circumstances. By clearly and firmly communicating our boundaries, we not only protect our emotional well-being, but we also foster relationships based on mutual respect and authenticity. I invite you to reflect on your own limits. Are they clear and effective? Consider how you can strengthen them or establish them more firmly in your daily life. Remember, setting boundaries is not an act of isolation, but an affirmation of your worth and a step toward more genuine and fulfilling relationships. By affirming our boundaries, we not only reaffirm our own worth, but we also invite others to recognize and respect that value. This act of authenticity and self-affirmation leads us to discover the true depth of our relationships, cultivating an environment where everyone can flourish in harmony. Thus, by integrating this trait into our lives, we strengthen not only our self-esteem, but also our essence. We become women of high value who not only know their worth, but also demand the respect they deserve, guided by the Stoic wisdom that illuminates our path to an authentic and fulfilling life. On our journey to wholeness and authenticity, we've explored various aspects that define a high-value woman, from self-respect to emotional resilience. But at the intersection of all these traits, we find a common denominator that elevates our humanity and our ability to genuinely connect with others. Number 6. Emotional intelligence and empathy. These traits are two fundamental pillars that shape our daily interactions, from fleeting encounters to deep relationships. What really leaves an imprint on our hearts? The answer lies in our ability to understand and connect with others, to see beyond ourselves, and to recognize the emotional complexity we all share. Imagine a world where every person practices emotional intelligence and empathy, where every interaction is an opportunity to learn, grow, and heal. In this world, a high-value woman stands out not only for her ability to recognize and control her emotions, but also for her deep respect and affection for others. Treat each person with kindness, practicing understanding and kindness, recognizing our shared humanity and the intrinsic value of each individual. I invite you to reflect on how you can incorporate more emotional intelligence and empathy into your life. How can you be that source of understanding and affection for someone today? In the end, being emotionally intelligent and empathetic is not just a trait of a high-value woman, but the heart of a truly rich and meaningful life. It is choosing to see the world not only through our eyes, but through the feelings and experiences of those around us. As we continue our journey, let us remember that true greatness is found in our ability to love, understand, and connect in every act of empathy, in every gesture of understanding. We are not only defining what it means to be a high-value woman, but redefining what it means to be truly human. Each of these traits is not just an isolated attribute, but a piece of a mosaic that, when put together, reveals the full picture of a life lived with purpose, dignity, and deep connection to others. As you reflect on these traits, we invite you to look inward and ask yourself which traits you already possess and which ones you wish to develop more fully. The journey towards becoming a high-value person is continuous, full of learning, growth, and above all, opportunities to deepen our understanding of ourselves and how we relate to the world around us. Number 7. Seek wisdom through meditation. Wisdom through meditation invites us to explore the depths of our being, to find calm in the midst of bustle and clarity in confusion. In this millenary practice, we find a path to self-knowledge and serenity, guided by the principles of Stoicism. Imagine for a moment that you are sitting in stillness, in a space of silence and tranquility. Your mind, usually filled with wandering thoughts and worries, gradually quiets down. This meditation space is like an inner sanctuary, a refuge where you can explore your true nature and find the peace that resides deep within your being. From the Stoic perspective, meditation is more than just a relaxation practice. It is a powerful tool for cultivating virtue and wisdom. As Marcus Aurelius taught us, happiness lies in the balance of the mind, and meditation helps us to achieve this state of inner harmony. I invite you to reflect on your own experiences with meditation. How has this practice impacted you in your daily life? Have you found moments of clarity and peace in the midst of chaos? Recognizing these benefits is the first step toward a deeper and more meaningful practice. In your meditation sessions, find a refuge where you can explore your thoughts and emotions without judgment or resistance. Like the Stoic who examines his own actions with honesty and humility, he observes your thoughts with an open and receptive mind. Remember that meditation is not about eliminating thoughts, but about observing them with mindfulness and understanding. By cultivating this quality of mindfulness, we develop a greater understanding of ourselves and the world around us, following Epictetus's advice, know thyself. As we integrate meditation into our daily lives, we cultivate the Stoic wisdom that guides us toward a fuller, more authentic existence. We become women who find calm in the midst of chaos, clarity in confusion, and peace in turbulence. On this journey to wisdom through meditation, we discover a path to authenticity and wholeness. We become guardians of our own inner peace, exploring the depths of our being with courage and determination. In each meditation session, we find an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to connect with the timeless wisdom that resides deep within us. Number 8. Cultivating virtue and ethics. The exploration of virtue and ethics takes us on a journey into the very heart of our humanity, inviting us to reflect on our actions and core values. From the Stoic perspective, virtue is more than an abstract ideal. It is a moral compass that guides us to a life of integrity and excellence. Imagine for a moment that you are in front of a mirror, observing your reflection with honesty and humility. In this act of self-examination, you acknowledge your strengths and weaknesses, as well as your deepest aspirations. This mirror is like a symbol of Stoic virtue, which challenges us to be the best version of ourselves in every moment. From Seneca's teaching on the importance of authenticity to Marcus Aurelius's example in cultivating virtue in the midst of adversity, Stoic ethics offers us a solid framework for living with integrity and purpose. I invite you to reflect on your own experiences with virtue and ethics. What values guide you in your daily life? How can you live according to these values in a more authentic and conscious way? Acknowledging these questions is the first step toward a more ethical and meaningful life. In your daily interactions, find opportunities to exercise Stoic virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Like the Stoic who faces trials with dignity and serenity, face your challenges with courage and determination, always remembering the power of your own will. Remember that virtue is not a final destination, but an ongoing journey of self-discovery and growth. By committing to this journey, you become a force for good in the world, inspiring others by your example and raising the collective consciousness toward a greater sense of humanity and compassion. Dear friend, on this journey to Stoicism, you will encounter challenges, moments of doubt and trials that will test your strength. But remember, within you resides immense power, an inner strength that can withstand any storm and overcome any obstacle. As you delve into the principles of Stoicism, you'll find solid guidance for navigating the turbulent waters of life with grace and serenity. You will learn to accept what you cannot change, to find opportunities for growth in each challenge, and to cultivate a tranquility that transcends external circumstances. No matter how steep the road, remember that each step brings you one step closer to becoming the brave, virtuous woman you know you can be. Trust in yourself, in your ability to face whatever comes with courage and determination. So go forward firmly, with your head held high and your heart full of Stoic wisdom. On this path, you will find not only strength, but also peace and purpose. So we end for today. Please leave me in the comments your opinions. Thank you for joining me until the end of the video. If you liked it, like the video, and don't forget to subscribe so that our community continues to grow. I will leave you below some windows that will take you to other videos that may be of interest to you. Without further ado, I wish you the best and see you soon.